Family Fun. Today, we're going to do story and rhymes for Baby Bedtime Read Aloud. Now you may be noticing where I am. I'm in the shower. So yesterday we did a couple short read alouds, but today's read aloud is going to be a treat. We have a nice long read aloud to read. So it's about 4 pages long, then it ends. So we're going to read. Let's start. So this story is called The Farmer and the Goat Girl. Once there was a farmer named called Waldrel. Unlike all of his neighbors, who were sheep farmers. All of his goats, he had a special favorite that he named Jenny, and Jenny was the whitest and most beautiful of all his flock. For many years, Jenny was called Wald's best milk producer, and she was always excellent, unlike some of the stubborn creatures in this flock. Then one day, Jenny bolted from the field and ran away. Up the nearest mountain she went, seemed to not be stopping, so called Waldrel chased her. They climbed higher and higher and higher. Jenny was slightly ahead. When it seemed as if the farmer would catch her, she jumped onto a nearby cart, leaving called Walter stranded. So this is the farmer. Not only did the farmer feel stupid stuck on the mountain like this, he also collected bruises and sprains as he clambered along the rocks. Finally, he had enough and picked up a stone and hurled it at the goat in frustration as he jumped on other clams. The stone hit Jenny on the side, and bleeding loudly, she fell far down from the gap between the rocks. Right away, Waldrel was full of remorse. It was only in a moment of frustration that he wanted to hurt the animal, and now his only wish to see that she was still alive. He clambered down to the rocky gap where she lay, and saw that although she was still breathing and she was badly injured. He did his best to make her comfortable, and tears of sadness formed in his eyes. He saw how she was hurt. It was now dark, but the moon appeared between the rocks, and it shed its light on the scene. As the moon rose, the goat turned into a beautiful young woman who was lying there before called Walter. He looked in the bafflet at her brown eyes and soft hair. So this is the goat. Found that not only was she beautiful, she was also looked pleased to see him. Oh, my dear Waldrel, she said, as long as I can speak to you. Waldrel did not know what to make out of all this. When the young woman spoke, there seemed to be a bleat in her voice. When she held his hand, it felt like a hoot. Was she a goat or a girl, or some strange mixture of the two? As she led towards him, now cropped of rock, Waldrel felt he was heading into danger. As they rounded a corner, they found themselves surrounded by a flock of goats. Not the tame creatures Cole was used to, but large wild goats. So these are the large wild goats that they are in. Many which had long horns and beards. Jenny led him to the largest goat of all, and bowed as he were king. Is this the man you want? The ghost asked Jenny. Yes, he's the one. Not a very fine species, said the goat king. I had hopes for something better. Will you be better afterwards? Replied Jenny. Waldrel wondered what was going to happen and looked around him in fear. Then the goat king turned and called Roger. Will you, called Roger, take this she-goat to be your wife? No, my lord, I want nothing to do with goats ever again. And with that, Waldrel turned and ran for his life. He was fast, but not fast enough for the great clunky coming up behind Waldrel. The huge billy goat gave the farmer such a tremendous butt that Waldrel fell along the crag, rolling and falling and falling and rolling until he came to a stop, just right at the bottom of the mountain. There, Waldrel laid for the rest of the night until he woke up aching from head to toe at dawn. He limped home to his farm where his goats bleated in welcome, but Waldrel wanted to be a goat farmer no more. He drove his goats to the market and bought a flock of sheep, just like his neighbors. And on this page, you'd see these cute little decorations on the side of the pages. So that was a little bit of story about a farmer who had a bunch of goats, but regretted having them at the end. Jenny was the name of his favorite goat. And the thing is that it was she. And the king of the goats, the big goats, wanted them to get married. That doesn't quite make sense because a human and a goat cannot get married unless they're weird. I mean, if you're marrying one of your animals, then I'm sorry, but it's a little bit weird. But don't worry, we still love you. You can see this is what I'm holding, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm holding. So, yeah, basically that was the story of a farmer who regretted having his thing, and at the end, he got a flock of sheep. I'm guessing that one's going to be talking too.